Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lizzie and I post a lot of beauty related content on this channel. If they're the kind of videos you love to watch, then please hit that subscribe button down below. So in today's video we are going to be testing the Rebrand of 17 makeup. So that's Boots. I think they were a Boots own brand, number 17. I don't know if they are anymore, but I am going to be testing out quite a bit of their makeup. I didn't buy foundation concealer because I'm very I like what I like, so I'm not buying it just for it to not work and then me to sell it, and it's just a faff. I barely sell makeup because I just can't be arsed. It's just a big faff. But I do have a box of goodies to go through with you. So the first thing we're going to test out are these two palettes. So we've got 020 pinks and 030 browns. I thought these two combined would be an amazing little look because I love pinks, I love browns. I didn't want to get any of their colourful eyeshadow palettes because I just don't use them that often, and these were £5. I feel like everything was below £5. It was so affordable. So let's dive into some swatches. Here are the swatches. We've got the brown side and the pink side. They've swatched really nicely, to be fair. They're not as pigmented as some other palettes I've used, but the shimmers were so soft. Even the mattes were very soft to swatch, which I was very surprised about for a £5 palette. So yeah, well, I say I'm surprised. £5 palettes do work. So let's throw some eye base on and put together a quick look. I've just realized there's not much depth to these palettes. Like, there's not a really dark shade, so I'm gonna go in from the pinks palette with this shade down here in the crease first. So very kickbacky, crumbly kind of texture. Then we're going to go into the browns palette and take this shadow up here. Then above that I'm going to go in with this shade again, which is from the browns palette, and just like that will be the one that blends everything out. But it's all blocky because I'm going to blend it out after. Jay! That is that eye all blended out, and I just want to throw a quick shout out. If you are my neighbour who just with her mum shouted and waved across to me, then hi. This was the video I was filming, waving back at you. That was so funny. I had to get my little brother in here because I was like, they've got a sign. They were like, they had this torch and it was like shining in my eye, so I looked thinking maybe the sun was beaming on someone's window and they were looking at me. No, they were actually had a sign that said, I think something like, what's your YouTube or what's your Insta name? So yeah, I shouted over my Insta name, so hi. But yeah, that palette is not the most pigmented palette, don't get me wrong, both of these, but you can create such a quick neutral eye. So let's just throw on a shimmer, and I feel like we should just go for a gold from the browns palette. Picked up really well. It's going on really well as well. I still can't believe that just happened. That was just so funny. The fact that I had to get my brother in to read the sign. And then I'm just going to blend out the edges with that shade we used from the pinks palette. There we go. Quick, simple eye look. I'll finish off this eye and then come back, and I think we've got a primer to test. This is what the eye look looks like now that it's all put together. I love it, absolutely love the palette. It's such an easy on-the-go kind of palette to use. £5, you can't go wrong. Now we're going to use the number 17, of course it's number 17, the Base Glow Illuminating Primer. I believe this was like £4 or £5 again. I obviously had to go for an illuminating primer because they're just my thing. Has a little seal there, so we're just going to open that together. See what the texture looks like. It's a very peachy looking texture. It's really thick as well. It gives you such a glow. Definitely a very moisturizing kind of primer. My skin doesn't really feel tacky or anything, so let me put my foundation on and we'll see how this looks underneath. So there's a slight glow to my skin, nothing too glowy under there, so it's a nice subtle glow. Now let's try their cream blushes. I have the shade Lemonade. Now I did see Soph's review on her one and it didn't look that great, but I want to try it. It's a very serum-y type texture. That's a really nice colour. It's very subtle, so I'm going to put a little bit more on. Yeah, definitely subtle. A brush is your best friend for this. I used a sponge and it took off my foundation underneath. So yeah, definitely use a brush for this. I do have a powder to test, and this one actually has some colour. So I got the shade 050, which was like a very yellowy undertoned one, which is what I love to use. I'm going to put that over this and hope for the best. Powder is really nice, like it mattifies my skin doesn't feel tacky or anything, and I can still see the blush through the powder, so really love this. I do have some powder blushes. They only have 3 shades of these, so they have this kind of burgundy one in copper tone, which just looks like that. Then they have this more peachier looking one in desert pink, and then this one's called plum blossom. Again, it looks a bit more peachy. I don't know why the names are the way they are. They don't really make sense to me, but I am not going to test them today. I do have a bronzer to try, and this is very cool tone for a bronzer. This was the 2nd shade. They only had 3, so I got 20. I don't know what kind of name it has. Let's just see what it looks like on the skin. This is gorgeous. I actually thought it was going to be the wrong tone, too light, but actually it's worked really well. It's just a nice flush of warmth to your skin. Nothing too warm, nothing too cool. Perfect. Next we have highlight, and sadly it came to me broken, so I managed to squish it back in. I've got the shade 030 bronze. Let's put this on my skin. That is perfect, that shade. I love it. It's, if you're my skin tone or a little bit darker, you're gonna love this kind of gold highlight. Loose, I think you're gonna like this one. This is perfect, this gold. I love it. I just wish it didn't come smashed. Brows. I actually have a brow gel, and I never usually buy these. This is in the shade dark brown. I think they had 5 shades. This is number 4. And this is what it looks like. Very nice small brush. I haven't got a mirror, so like a little handheld one, so I'm just going to look down at mine. I think I'll start at the tail, so most of the colour goes there. I think it adds just that little bit of colour, nothing too much. Look at the comparison. Now we have a mascara to test, and this mascara was £2. This is their Another Level volume mascara. The wand is a very kind of thick fluffy kind of wand, but £2 guys, £2. It's even cheaper than the Collection Lash Surge that I know Alex really loves. It's cheaper than any Real Love mascara that I seriously am in love with. £2, and it's a very thick formula. I thought it'd be runny, because sometimes they are a bit runny when they're cheaper, but let's try. It is gripping every lash. Can you see the difference between this one and this one? Oh my god, like, never has a £2 mascara wowed me like this mascara. Look at the difference. Wow. Do not sleep on that mascara. That mascara is so good for £2. I can't believe it. So I have a few lip options. I did get the lipstick in the shade, I believe, Rosewood, Rich Rosewood, and it actually doesn't remind me of a rich pinky kind of shade. It looks more red, like a cherry red. Is a nice shade. Again, these were so affordable. Then I got 2 crayons. So we've got the shades Rose Kisses and Toffee Punch. I loved Toffee Punch when I saw it on Soph. It's a nice little nude colour there. Rose Kisses. I love a good rose shade, don't I? So it's not rose, it's more of like a berry than it is rose. I got 2 liners. I got the shade Dusky Pink. Ooh, that reminds me of, I think, Soar from MAC. That is a really nice pink shade. Ooh, and then I got Rose Brown, which is this shade here, which is definitely a more rosier brown. What combo should I go for? Again, I think these were like £2. I feel like the Rose Brown with the toffee in the centre. This is the finished look. Oh my god, guys, I'm in love. I don't think there's anything I disliked. Love the palettes. These little palettes, so amazing. They're perfect just for on the go. You're not going to get the greatest look out of them, but it worked perfectly fine for me. The primer, I was a bit like, is it going to work? But it did. Like, my foundation went on perfectly. It was a little bit matte, my foundation, compared to how it usually looks under the Honey Dew Me Up, but it works and I will definitely be reaching for this. This cream blusher does pack a punch, but you definitely need to use a brush with this. Do not use a sponge, you will get no pigmentation out of it, and it will also lift your makeup. Bronzer, I was so blown away by the colour. Really worked really well, and the highlight is gorgeous. I'm just sad that it's all broken in there, but I'm just going to keep it like flat down in my collection. Highlight is amazing. Powder, gonna reach for it again. Love the powder. Lip liner worked really well. I overlined my lip badly, like I don't like how bad I overlined it, but I did. Crayon was really nice and creamy, added that little bit of something else to the lips. But do you know what? Oh my god, I had a liquid highlight to try. I'm definitely gonna have to do a round 2 of this video because there's some stuff that I haven't been able to test out properly. I don't know where I've put the eyebrow tint, but I really loved it. You do have to kind of let it dry and maybe put on a second coat for it to really be like But the mascara, I'm blown away. For £2, this mascara is extraordinary. Like, I don't have the best lashes, but this did something, and the shape of the wand really grips the corner. It is my new go-to mascara. I love this mascara, and mascaras don't usually blow me away that much, but this did. I really hope you did enjoy this testing video. Please smash it huge thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.